Chapter 2, Lesson 2, Solving Two-Step Equations. Focus question for this lesson. How can I solve a two-step equation? I can statement. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to say, I can solve two-step equations in one variable. See math standard. Explain each step in solving a simple equation as following from the equality of numbers shown at the previous step, starting from the assumption that the original equation has a solution. Construct a viable argument to justify your solution method. Solve linear equations and inequalities in one variable, including equations with coefficients represented by letters. Pause the video and answer questions 1 through 4. When you're finished, start the video again to check your answers. Vocabulary review. Number 1, circle the equation that have the variable isolated. Remember, isolated means alone. Draw a line from each equation in column A to its solution in column B. Number 2, 4x equals 16. Remember how to solve a one-step equation. This equation shows multiplication. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. Find the variable x. The coefficient of x is 4. 4 is the number you will use for division. Number 3, 5 plus x equals 17. Find the variable x. What operation is with the x? Addition. The opposite of addition is subtraction. 5 is positive. The opposite of that is negative 5, which also means subtract. Go ahead and subtract 5 from both sides. Number 4, x divided by 3 equals negative 2. Find your variable x. X was divided by 3. The opposite of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3. Multiply both sides of the equation by 3. Vocabulary builder. The word is deduce. Other forms of the word: deducible is an adjective. Deduction is a noun. The definition: when you deduce something, you reach a logical conclusion by reasoning. An ASL, deduce would be example. You can find that when A equals 2, 0 times A equals 0. When A equals 1/3, 0 times A equals 0. And when A equals negative 7, 0 times A equals 0. You can deduce that for any value of A, 0 times A will equal 0. Use your vocabulary. Pause the video and answer the questions. Put a check in the box if the statement is a logical deduction. Put an X if it is not a logical deduction. Number 5. A multiple of 5 always ends in 0 or 5. So 240 is a multiple of 5. Number 5 is a logical deduction. Number 6, if a number is a whole number, it is also a rational number. So all rational numbers must be whole numbers. You know from previous lessons that not all rational numbers are whole numbers. Number 7, consider a plus b equals 100 for values of a and b. When a increases, b decreases. So when b increases, a decreases. To equal 100, when one number goes up, the other one must go down. A two-step equation has two operations. For example, to solve 2 times x plus 3 is equal to 15, undo the operations in the reverse order of the order of operations. Remember, with the order of operations, first you would multiply and then you would add. When you're solving two-step equations, first you need to undo addition with subtraction and then undo multiplication with division after addition. Circle the first operation you would undo when solving each equation. Then write the inverse operation you would use to undo the circled operation. Pause the video now and answer questions 8 through 10. Number 8. Circle the first operation you would undo when you solve this equation. 3 times r plus 16 equals 31. The first operation you would undo would be addition. The opposite of addition would be what? Subtraction. Number 9, 1/2 times d minus 7 equals 10. Which operation would you undo first? Right, subtraction. The inverse operation of subtraction is addition. Number 10, 12 equals negative 5y plus 2. Which operation would you undo first? Addition. The opposite of addition, subtraction. Pause the video now and answer questions 11 through 14. Problem 1, solving a two-step equation. What is the solution of 5 equals t divided by 2 minus 3? Number 11, Circle the first operation you will undo. Is it addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? The answer is subtraction. Circle the second operation you will undo. Is it addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? The second operation you will undo is division. Number 13, which two operations in order will you use to solve this equation? First, we're going to focus on subtraction. The opposite of subtraction, addition. Then the second operation we will focus is division. The inverse of division is multiplication. Number 14, now we will solve the equation. Undo subtraction first, opposite is addition. Focus on division. Opposite of division is multiplication. With the variable t, the number 2. Use 2 for multiplication. (16) equals t. Problem 2. Pause the video and answer questions number 15, 16, and 17. Use an equation as a model. You are making a bulletin board to advertise community service opportunities in your town. You plan to use 1/4 of a sheet of paper for each ad and 4 full sheets for the title banner. You have 18 sheets of construction paper. How many ads can you make? Number 15. Use the model to complete the equation. First, you need to relate the English. Number of sheets for the ads plus number of sheets for the title is total number of sheets. Now, look at the final sentence in the problem. How many ads can you make? That means you don't know how many ads you can make. You need to define a variable to represent how many ads you can make. Now, write your equation. 1/4 times A plus how many sheets for the title? Read in the problem. 4 full sheets for the title is total number of sheets. How many total number of sheets do you have? Find in the problem. You have 18 sheets of construction paper. Circle the operation you can use to undo multiplication by a fraction. You can multiply by the reciprocal. Number 17, now solve the equation. The number of adds you can make is 56. Pause the video and answer questions 19 and 20. Problem number 3, solving with two terms in the numerator. What is the solution of 6 equals x minus 2 over 4? Number 19, the equation has two operations, subtraction and what? Division. To isolate x, use addition and multiplication. Use the justifications on the right to solve the equation. 6 equals x minus 2 over 4. That is the original equation. In this example, you do not do the opposite of subtraction first. In this example, you do the opposite of division, which is multiplication first. The reason why, you want to get rid of that 4 in the denominator. And when you have diagonal, same numbers, you can cross them out, cancel them out to equal 1. So the second step is multiply each side by 4. Here is when you can cancel out 4s. Then simplify. 6 times 4 is 24. X minus 2. Now, we see the only operation we have left is subtract. The opposite of subtract is add. To continue solving this equation, we need to add 2 to both sides. "24 plus 2", the answer, 26. Pause the video and answer problem number 21. Problem 4, using deductive reasoning. What is the solution of x divided by 3 minus 5 is equal to 4? Justify each step. Number 21. The equation x over 3 minus 5 equals 4 is solved below. Use one of the reasons from the box to justify each step. First, you have to write the original equation. X over 3 minus 5 equals 4. Next, in the red, the plus 5 and the plus 5. Which statement from the box would explain this step? Add 5 to each side. Okay. After you add 5 to each side, then you need to simplify. Now we have x over 3 equals 9. X was divided by 3. The opposite of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3. In the blue, as you can see, you need to multiply each side by 3. And the last step to get the answer is simplify. Lesson check. Do you understand? Pause the video now and answer questions 22, 23, and 24. What properties of equality would you use to solve -8 is equal to s over 4 plus 3? What operation would you perform first? Explain. Number 22. Circle the operations you will undo when you solve -8 is equal to s over 4 plus 3. You will undo addition and then division. Number 23, which properties of equality would you use to undo these operations? First, you would use subtraction property of equality to undo addition. Second, you would use multiplication property of equality to undo division. Number 24, what operation would you perform first? Explain. First, you would undo addition using subtraction. The reason why is because with this example problem, you start in the reverse order with the order of operations. Math success. Check off vocabulary words that you understand. Do you understand isolated? Do you understand solution? Do you understand equation? Now, rate how well you can solve a two-step equation. 0 to 10. 0 is, I have no idea what to do. Becky, I need more help. 5 is, I understand a little bit, but I still need more practice. And 10 is, I'm ready to go.